A Madison woman is now charged in the death of her adoptive daughter. It's a cold case that dates back to 2007 and spans 3 states. 50-year-old Taylin Hill was arrested on Thursday. She was charged yesterday with reckless homicide and 6 counts of child abuse. NBC 15's Amy Flugsoft has been combing through the criminal complaint and gives us a look at the details. Amy?
Lee, the gruesome details are all laid out here in this 23-page criminal complaint. The case centers on 15-year-old Erica Hill. Her body was discovered in 2007 in Gary, Indiana, but wasn't identified until just last month. That was after Taylin Hill's daughter came forward. According to court documents, she told police she and her siblings were forced by their mother to dispose of Erica's body. First, they allegedly took it to the Chicago area and then to Gary. A spokesperson for Gary police is thankful a tip finally came in, adding, quote, "It only takes one person to come forward with information to solve a homicide case sometimes, and this is a perfect example of that." Taylin Hill was employed by the Madison School District as a substitute special education teacher assistant. This is a statement from the Madison School District. Quote, "We are shocked and deeply saddened to learn of this tragic event. Ms. Hill has been put on leave and removed from our substitute list pending the outcome of this investigation." Now, the criminal complaint also outlines in detail how the 3 siblings were allegedly forced to help hide the body. I'll take a closer look at those disturbing allegations coming up tonight at 6.
What's up? Welcome back to Evil Deeds. You're here with Tay and Ibby, and we got another story for you. How you doing, Ibby?
I'm great. How you doing, Ty?
I'm good. So, have you ever heard of the story of Erica Hill?
No.
Yeah, see,
No, I have not.
I was researching this story, and it just showed me like some people just don't need to have children, whether they're theirs or not. But some people just don't need to be taking care of kids.
That's true. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Child abuse is rampant.
Right. If you just got to mistreat a child, just give it up for adoption, like, or give it to a family member, somebody who actually want to take it in.
Right. That's true. I agree.
Yeah. All right. So we ain't gonna talk y'all to death. We're gonna get straight to it. So, this is the story of Erica Hill. When Erica Hill was born, the odds were stacked against her. She came into the world a beautiful bundle of joy, but her mother, a drug abuser, wasn't healthy enough to support children. The mother gave her up almost immediately after Erica was born in 1992. A family member raised her until 2001 in Joliet, Illinois. The woman died that year. Within days of her death, the mother's cousin, Maria Minnie Hill, picked up Erica from school and took her to live in Wisconsin without any of her family members knowing. Pretty much, she stole her.
Now they're stealing kids.
Yeah, stealing, like, so. Maria came down to Illinois for the funeral or whatever, and they gave her the duty to go pick up Erica from school. So when she went to go pick her up, instead of going back to, because she's supposed to help get with the funeral arrangement and everything. So instead of taking her back, she just picked her up and she took her back to Wisconsin where she was from. And family like, hold up, what you doing? She's like, it's better that she doesn't go to the funeral because, she seeing her, a person that raised her, it could trigger something. So, I mean,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't get sent off no red flag for nobody.
No, because I mean, it made sense. Like,
no.
Well, yeah, she is only 9, so seeing the dead person that was raising her, it could trigger stuff.
She still need to be able to voice her grievances and say goodbye.
I would think, but so
It's still an opportunity for her
well,
child.
the family felt like, well, if she going to, back to Wisconsin with you, that's a fresh start. Maybe, not seeing her dead, um, I guess foster mother would traumatize her. So,
Hmm. I would wonder, like, why do you automatically get her? Why you?
hmm,
And why are you doing it so sneakily?
right.
That wouldn't sit
Because
right. I'd be like,
it's not like you just going around the corner. You going a couple states away.
yeah, like you don't want to be at your own mama funeral.
Right,
Like you more interested in stealing a child over being at your mama's funeral.
right.
Like, it's so sneaky that it would prompt me to question it.
But I don't think he was the only one that questioned it. So Maria brother didn't feel right about Maria taking Erica. So him and his family drove to Wisconsin from South Carolina to take Erica back with him. Erica refused to leave. She said she didn't want to live in the South and stated that she was to remain with Minnie. That was Maria, nicknamed Minnie.
Mm.
The brother okayed it and headed back to South Carolina, but they would later regret leaving Erica. I think she was like coerced and saying like I don't. They probably told her like, hey, you better not say nothing about going back. You tell them you want to stay here.
Right.
What Erica endured was a nightmare. Nobody should ever go through what she went through. Erica, along with a number of other children that many cared for, were beaten and tortured daily. Between 2000 and 2005, there was the investigation into abuse going on in the Hills home, but Erica remained there to suffer in silence as nothing ever came of it. As far as Maria, brother knew, Minnie was very religious and she had a stable job working as a special education teacher. She said she knew Maria had a troubled childhood and she endured physical and mental abuse herself, so she would never do anything to harm any of the children. Neighbors and family members of the community described her as a normal mother and caregiver, and they said she was a kind-hearted person. I mean, do you think they will raise red flags? I mean, you see a person with a house full of kids. They teach special education. They go to church regular. Seem like a normal person, right? So you will
I
think.
would say most religious, a lot of people that's overly religious, they hiding something.
Like that.
They hiding a monster. They go to church to contain that monster.
What do you consider like overly religious? Like
People just that
people that
that just do the most.
so people you be like, hey, how you doing? Let me tell you how I'm doing, young brother. The
Exactly.
Lord has you talking about people like that?
like,
Okay.
people that just stay in the church. Like it could be every day of the week, and you've never missed a Sunday in 20 years.
Mm.
Most people that are there, they there because they know they can't contain what's inside of them.
Mm.
You know, it just makes them feel better about themselves.
So years later, Maria's brother tried searching the internet for information on his sister, but came up empty. He was unaware that while living in Wisconsin, Maria had legally changed her name to Taylin, making it difficult for the family and authorities to find her. So she's no longer Maria. So for now, I'm gonna be calling her by her legal name, Taylin.
Also, her family ain't even know she changed
Yeah,
her name.
she didn't tell nobody. She pretty much just wanted to cut off all contact with them
Right.
and keep them
So the
from.
adoption agency didn't contact nobody
I
and
would.
ask them like, where is the child?
See. At this point here, I don't think it was like she went through the necessary steps of actually adopting her. Because remember, she did pretty much like just kidnap her. At this point,
I know, but so they don't ever do another welfare check? I mean, after you find out the person that adopted this child is dead,
yeah. Because
you wouldn't.
see, I don't know exactly how this situation was. Because she actually did legally obtain like full custody of her. So I don't know if her name was Maria then or was she Taylor, but she did actually adopt Erica to where she could travel to, without anybody questioning where they're going. So
I
I don't know.
guess.
I don't know exactly how the whole name change
Well, I
thing
guess it
go.
would make sense because you're going to another state.
Yeah. So I don't
Like
know,
once you
like
cross state lines,
so
it's out of that
yeah, cause
adoption agency hand.
right, so like she could change her name in one state and then go to another state, and it's like it's like you were born with this name.
All right.
So guess that makes sense. So Erica and the other children within a dire situation, they all were pulled out of school in effort to hide their physical abuse. At one point, Erica's hand was smashed with a hammer and she was taken to the hospital. She would receive the proper medical care, but when a nurse asked Erica to change into an examination gown, Taylor cut the visit short and took Erica home. That should have definitely raised flags right
Right.
there.
Because you're required as a nurse to report child abuse. You are required by state. Like
Well,
that's not something that you can
but
just.
some people just, they just look over everything. It's like,
How can you look over a broken hand
I don't know. Some people like,
that the
what?
parent is choosing not to treat?
Oh yeah, right.
That's a broken hand. This isn't like a little scrape on the knee, a broken nail. This is a broken hand that the mother is deciding not to treat. That would raise red flags for me.
Well, she probably told her, oh, she was playing and she smashed her
You
hand.
can't smash your hand playing. Like what your hand will have to be crushed. Like there'd be some kind of crushing force. Like you can't
Or
fall and smash your whole
okay, what
hand.
what if like she could have said like, oh, she got angry and punched the wall or punched the concrete or something. You tell me you can't break your hand by punching something hard like that.
Not your whole hand. Now I
Yeah.
can see a couple fingers, but not your whole
We're
hand.
gonna have to we're gonna have to experiment. We're gonna get out here and we're gonna punch the concrete as hard as we can and see what happens.
You do that.
No, you go
I
first.
record.
You go
I'm
first.
here to record the data. That's it.
No,
I'm here to record.
you gotta go first though.
But you can't go to the hospital. If they ask you to change the road, we gotta go.
Oh my goodness. No man, nah.
That would just raise a red flag to me. Like you letting her go home with a broken hand because you don't want her to change to a hospital gown.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right. Well, see, everybody don't
That
have,
bell is ringing.
but you gotta think though, everybody don't have like that common sense like that. Like,
It's not common sense as a nurse. You're trained for that.
so you think any nurse would have picked up on that, or
They
just
should have.
or just a good nurse? A
They
good nurse
should
would have
have.
picked
Well,
up on
some
it.
people don't care about their job, but they should have.
Yeah, because what if it's like she just happened to catch a nurse that's like finna get ready and get off and like I ain't got time for this. I'm ready to go home.
I mean, I really
Yeah, I
wouldn't care
bet.
what I'm about to do. If I see something that ain't right, like the world stops on a dime.
Mm.
I don't know. Some people, well, you're right. Some people apparently their nurse did.
Yeah, she worked a
Like,
double.
okay,
She
you gonna
ready.
take her home? Okay,
Yeah,
bye.
right. I ain't worked a double. I'm ready to go. My release is here. My ride here. I am ready to go.
Mm.
All right, yeah. So
And they just think that one little mishap cost the ultimate price.
right. So after Taylor cut the visit short, of course she didn't want nobody to see the scars on the body because that would have launched a long, lengthy investigation on Taylor, and Taylor couldn't have that happen. In 2007, two brothers were driving down an alley in Gary, Indiana, when they spotted something strange in a garage. They thought they saw a badly burnt human leg upon inspection, but they discovered a decomposing body. They alerted the police, who would later name the young black girl in the garage the Lake County Jane Doe.
Mm.
The condition of the Jane Doe was so horrific. The body was burned it was burn marks all over the body, but there was no signs that there was a fire in the garage. She was also covered in numerous injuries in various stages of healing. Her teeth were broken and some were even missing. There were numerous stab wounds. Her body was had undergone painful blunt force trauma. However, the medical examiner determined that her cause of death was suffocation. A cloth was found in her mouth. That's a
Oh, baby.
yeah. That was a lot to take in right there. That was that she went through a lot, and they said they found she had over 170 wounds over her, just various spots of her body. 170 wounds from just over the course of time. Just yeah, she had a pretty rough life. So for 8 years, the mystery surrounding the Lake County Jane Doe went unsolved until 2015 when Taylor's 25-year-old daughter reached out to Gary detectives. She told them an unbelievable story about how her mother disposed of a dead body. She had been seeing a therapist upon sharing the story, and she was urged to contact the police. I say kudos for that therapist because sometimes therapists they can't reach it. They can't reach you because a lot of people just shut down. But this therapist, they were good at their job and they made a breakthrough. But I just feel sorry for the kids that they had to witness all this. They
Living in
just
everyday
living,
fear that I
yeah,
might be next.
right, just living in a house of abuse. Like I just can't imagine because I'm pretty sure she probably had all kind of PTSD, because it's something had to be eating her up to even go talk to a therapist. She felt like she had to share this with somebody
Alright.
because it was just eating away at her. So according to the Taylor's daughter, her mother was a vicious and abusive woman, but Erica bore the worst of it. At one point, Erica was beaten so badly that Taylor's daughter said that the girl looked gray. It was obvious that Erica's health was rapidly deteriorating. One evening, Taylor's daughter said she was at work with her sister when their mother called them and told them they needed to rush home due to a family emergency. Once they arrived home, Taylor told the girls to go in the bedroom, and there they found a lifeless body. Unsure of what to do, Taylor moved Erica's body to the bathroom until the next day. She had her daughters help her move Erica's body downtown. Help her move her body downstairs into an area where they attempted to remove all Erica's teeth in hope that the teenager couldn't be identified. And then they changed Erica's clothes to make her look like a sex worker.
Like it wasn't enough to murder her. You had to also degrade her in the final moment.
Right. They trying to cover up what they did because I guess dressing up as a sex worker is just like, oh well.
Because they know they ain't gonna try to look for her or
Mhm.
figure it out. Just like it worked,
Right,
apparently.
right, for eight years.
Yeah, it worked.
Did nobody know who this person was?
It worked. It's messed up, but it just kind of makes me wonder, like, why they didn't help her.
With the children?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to work. You at work when she called you, so you old enough to have a job.
They was six. I believe they were 16 to 17 at the time.
I mean, you had an outlet. You had your out. They could have saved that girl life if they
Yeah,
really
they could
wanted to.
have, but at the same time, Taylor pretty much installed fear in them. Like I'm pretty sure she was beating the hell out of everybody.
I'm sure she did, but I just feel like they just was okay with her using her as the whipping boy because it saved them from it. Because when a parent zone in on one child, and
Right.
it's gonna be the child that they're gonna take all their fear and anger out. The other kids just usually kind of accept it.
All right.
You know,
Cause
because
glad it's not
us.
me. Yeah, it's not me.
Like, but that's the wrong attitude to have. Someone should have been like,
Right, should stepped in.
somebody should have stepped in. Like, if you got the ability to go to work, you should have told somebody or called the police, did something.
Right.
You could have saved a girl life. But instead, you just let her get
Want to see that
beat to death.
Taylor had that control over her children.
Yeah, that mind control is something else.
Yeah. I mean,
But I don't think that mind control will go past somebody being starved and beat and killed. Like that.
Hold on. I mean,
off the rail. It's kind of off the meter right there.
they witnessed her smash a girl hand, so I'm pretty sure they like, well, you know, I do kind of like this.
Sure
these are my favorite hands.
But I was thinking, I'd be like, if the police come there, they're gonna see this girl gray on the floor.
Right.
They're gonna see all the abuse. Like, she going to jail immediately. There's no way that she'll be able to get out of it. Like, the proof is in the middle of the house on the floor.
Right.
I don't know. I don't feel like that was right. I don't feel like I could stand by and watch even if she wasn't a real sibling.
Right.
Like, I don't think I could sit by and just watch somebody
I mean,
be beat like that.
Yeah. But see, that's just you know, like everybody different, you know.
That's true. And I came from an abusive household. And I was quick. With the quickness, there ain't no way. No way I'm gonna let it get that bad.
Well, see, it's because it's hard to install fear in you. You know, you know, just because you don't take no shit. Like, if we was held at gunpoint, I think you'd be the first one shot, because it's just like it's no. Oh, what you gonna do with that? Huh? You ain't gonna do nothing with it. I know you. I know you. It's like it's no fear in you. And you can't tell me that's not true. Yeah, you be the first one shot.
Yeah, I feel like I would be the first one shot. Woman, no, he about 3
I'll tell you. He say, "Don't you make a sound." Yeah, that would definitely be you.
Well, at least I saved everybody in there, because when that gunshot go off, that's your ass dead. Everybody come to see what's going on. Everybody on the phone with 911.
Oh,
They
man.
finished me off, but I saved everybody else. All right by me. just don't let them finish me off.
Oh yeah.
I can live without a leg and a kidney.
Oh my god.
Just don't forget I helped you. Everybody run out and just leave me there. Just finish me off. Finish the clip.
And as he shoots you, everybody get quiet. Oh, he mean business. He mean business. He ain't scared to use it. She talking about, you ain't gonna use it. Proved you wrong, didn't it? Proved you wrong. Oh.
Yeah, you're right. I don't need to be in no situation
Yeah, you
like
don't.
that.
You don't.
I'll get everybody murked.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Lord forbid you ever be in a bank robbery situation and you one of the hostages.
That's my money. It's my earring.
Oh man. All right. So the three ladies then loaded Erica's body up in a van and traveled to an underpass in Chicago, where they lit the body on fire and left it there. They all returned to Wisconsin, but Taylor's daughter said her mother wanted to go back and retrieve the body because Taylor was concerned that an elderly person might stumble upon the remains and have a heart attack.
How many years is this lady?
This, you talking about what, that she went back?
Yeah.
This was like within the week.
Oh, okay. That's so stupid though.
Yeah, right. It's like why have a heart now? Like after all you and done.
But you have a heart for a grown, elderly person, but not a child.
Yeah.
That was entrusted.
She said she would. I guess she said she would rather, it, a young, I can't even come up with a logic for that, like, because it's so crazy that you
stole this girl just to beat her to death. Like, that makes zero sense.
and then you got more concerned of a random stranger. Then this is your kin people that you done this to.
Alright. Yeah, that just don't make no sense right there.
So you know what they did after?
What they did.
So Taylor and her daughters went back to Chicago to find Erica's body, and it was right where they left it. And they took it to Gary, Indiana, where they disposed of it in a random garage. If anyone asked about what happened to Erica, they were told to tell people that she went to live with a family member in Illinois. Taylor's daughter told police that she and her sister was already scared of her mother, but knowing that she killed Erica forced them to comply with her plans of disposing of the body out of fear. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just,
no, I'm talking about before she killed him.
It's just that
like
fear.
when she was doing all of that. Like, that's the time you go tell.
That's the time you go.
Not wait till after she done killed her. Of course, now you scared that your head is next on the chopping block.
Right, because it's like, okay, we go against Mama. We know what Mama capable of.
But in my mind, I think she already gonna kill me, and I would tell anyway, because I'm just like, we helped you dispose of a body. We are the only thing linking you to that body.
Right.
Like,
right.
in my mind, I'm gonna think I'm already dead, so I gotta go tell somebody now. Like, that's how my mind works. But you know.
Well, see, most people would be like, we're connected to a murder, so we like, even though we tell on her, we gonna be in trouble too, because we're accessory.
Well, I'd rather be in trouble than to be dead. So I'm gonna go with plan A. I'd rather take that. I'd rather take the meals than.
Well, most people say they would rather be pushing flowers than in the cell sharing a shower. You ever heard that before?
No, and I don't agree.
You ain't pushing them.
Well, it depends on the situation.
Okay, so what they telling you, like, yeah, we giving you the chair.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, go ahead and put them on the waiting list.
Wait list, you next week.
Oh, that's okay. Just give me a little time to get it right with the Lord.
And they say we're going old fashioned. We're gonna put you on one of them, the thing that what they call it, drop the blade that drop and cuts your head off. What is it called? The guillotine. That's what it's called. And then the blade rusted.
Oh no!
Okay, we
not a dull blade. Y'all knew this was happening since last week. Be talking mad noise.
Oh yeah. He's like, y'all knew this was last week. Y'all still ain't changed the blade. God, dog.
Oh, y'all playing this. One of y'all don't like me.
Oh man. The women never talked about what happened to Erica since dropping her body off in the garage. But in 2015, Taylor's daughter began looking into whether or not anyone ever discovered Erica's remains. And she saw that a Jane Doe was found, and it matched Erica's description because nobody really knew what she looked like. Right. So what they did was they took a composite. Yeah, so apparently this composite was like dead on. So when they went to research the computer, when they went to research the internet and they found this composite, they're like, okay, we know exactly who that is. So, let me go and try to make things right. So in the fall of 2015, Taylor Hill was arrested and charged with first-degree reckless homicide and 6 charges of child abuse. Wanting to avoid a trial, Taylor pleaded guilty to a lesser sentence and guess what she was sentenced to?
What?
She was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Oh, no.
Not nearly enough for the pain and suffering and the trauma and the psychological and physical torment she exposed to these children. I just don't understand. Like,
a slap on the wrist.
It was. That was. Like, I don't know who these judges was. Like, 20 years.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's beyond
20 years.
ridiculous.
Come on now. Come on
Mm-mm.
now. 20 years for murder, child abuse. But and just look at like if you even get her for murder, like look at the way she killed her.
Right.
Like
That's a lot. How old was she?
when she died, she was 15.
No, I mean the woman that killed
Taylor was at the time she was 42.
her. Yeah, they should have gave her natural
Yeah.
life.
So
For
when
the rest
she
of that life, she should have been in a cell.
yeah she was 42 at the time of murder, and she was when she was arrested she was 50.
Mm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why would she even do something like that?
So apparently the lady that was raising Erica in the beginning after her mother gave up, this woman was actually Taylor's biological mother, and Taylor was pretty much jealous of how her mother was treating Erica, because like I said, Taylor was a victim of mental and physical abuse as a child. She had the best upbringing, so she wanted to make sure. That's why she adopted children, to make sure they never went through this. But
then you end up putting them through the
right,
exact same thing.
But when she saw how her mother was treating Erica, it angered her because she was giving Erica the childhood that she never got.
Good girl as hell.
She was holding on to it, I guess.
Oh, that's so stupid.
It is like you're grown
Like
ass.
you grown, like you over the hill. You about to be at the pearly gates. Well, not at the pearly gates. At the fire and brimstone gates. Yeah. And you over there being jealous of a child
Right.
that's having a good upbringing.
Right. All because she didn't. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like she just low key wanted to torture more kids. Like she already was torturing the one she had. She's like, I need to know.
But see, she tortured Erica worse than she tortured everybody else. Cause like when she was sentenced, her son was kind of there. Like, he was pretty much telling like, I don't think y'all should charge her with all these. Like, she was a good mother. It's not right what she did to Erica, but I feel like she should be released because she's still a good mother. Which you can't blame a child for that. If you was, I mean, but it's obvious that you wasn't getting none of the experience that Erica was going through.
All right.
Cause even her other two daughters, like, yeah, she actually need more time than
I
that.
mean, why y'all actually deserve some time? Why ain't help that good?
Yeah, right. Right.
Y'all laugh when you talk about somebody need more time. Need to slide y'all 5 years apiece over there.
And then, oh my goodness, this is another thing that pissed me off about it. So, of course, she never admitted to what she done to Erica. So, when she was questioned about all the, I told you Erica had over 170 different, scars and bruises all over her body. She never took responsibility of any of that. She said that Erica was a troubled child, and she used to run into walls and hurt herself and burn herself and jump off things.
Never thought to get her no help.
So
She tried it.
Yeah, like so. I guess a child. I guess she just took a hammer and started smashing her own hand. Just
burning herself.
Yeah, but burning herself like.
Nah.
I'm like, nah, come on.
Right.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, she used to ram her head. That's why she got all those bruises and stuff in her head. No. And then, I guess when she finally realized like, dang, it's not working. So she made an apology, but it was only to the community. She apologized to the community. I don't know what they're supposed to do for her. She knows like, I apologize for what happened to her. I never meant to go that far. She was like, I apologize to the community. I let everyone down. It's like,
she sounds like the type of person that just want foster kids for the accolades.
just to say she
be
did.
Like, wow, that's amazing. You adopted kids. You're such a good person inside.
Right.
When really you're a piece of crap. Just make them feel good about themselves,
Yeah.
which is reinforced. Made me wonder why she was really at church, to make herself feel good about herself.
Mm-hmm. And she one in there shouting the loudest, huh?
One in there dancing,
run around the church,
ripping the wig off, running down the
not ripping her wig off. So I was like, he started his sermon. He just say, "Good day, church," and she just
Whoa!
he moving over here today.
You gotta watch them. That don't even sound right. You gotta watch them.
She the one that faint like he ain't even started. She just faint.
Open the door. She like, sister's moving in the spirit.
Then you pick up. Then you pick up. She faint the other way. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh no. How could you even stand in the presence of God knowing what you did? But some people are like that. Either some people are so convicted about what they did that they can't even stand to go in church.
Right.
Or some are just so empty that they could actually stand in church knowing what they done did. It's a whole lot of serial killers and abusers and murderers that feel comfortable in church.
Yeah,
because they feel forgiven in
it's
church.
Natural, like it's just natural. Like,
but then some just like, I don't even want to go near a church. Like it's like the parking lot burn them.
Right.
But that's just crazy that you could really stand there.
Because some people they just feel like okay, yeah, I killed a person, but God forgive all. So, and then they go the next week they out doing the same thing, killing somebody else. So it's just. I just feel like some people just have that twisted mindset where it's just like, all is forgiven. Oh well,
That's crazy. I wonder what slices the two. Like what makes one person able to stand in church and what makes the other one just like, no, I don't want to go near one.
I feel like that guilt would keep a person away. Like just. You just feel guilty standing there because like let's say you did something, you go into church, now you feel like some people feel like they know what I did. Some people just had that mindset like I think they know, they on to me, they're looking,
run. Is that sirens?
They started tripping. I said like they see more people have concealed carry, so they see a person with a gun and oh Lord, they know he's an officer. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I think that in disguise. Right. I think that would keep some people away. And then some people just like they don't give a damn. Like oh well, oh well, they gonna do what they do and they gonna go on about their day. Like nothing's gonna change. They gonna barbecue, watch football, and like nothing ever happened.
Barbecue and watch football.
Barbecue, watch football. Invite the friends over for a couple Budweisers. Like nothing ever happened. And them be the scared ones right there.
Yeah, the ones that blend in so well.
Yeah,
them the scared ones.
Them are the terrifying.
That was a good story.
Yeah. You enjoyed it.
I did. Oh, Erica.
Yeah,
she deserved better. Right. I know her family just rocked.
And and it was crazy. I never heard this story before. Like, they don't really like put stories like this out where you just find them. Like,
it's too hard for some people to fathom.
Yeah. But if y'all still with us, I appreciate y'all for. I appreciate everybody that listened to the end. I also want to send a thanks to all our new subscribers. We shot up a little bit. Whoop whoop. Right. I appreciate all the love. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you're new. Make sure you drop a like, comment,
and subscribe.
For sure. And we always tune in to comments. So if y'all comment, we gonna be active. We gonna respond or we gonna say something. So we ain't gonna talk y'all to death and know y'all probably tired of listening to us. So
tired of our shenanigans.
Yeah. All right. So until next time, we'll catch everyone later.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.